that we all Gucci here. Video's not as good, but, you know, it's alright. Let's make sure that we're live everywhere and that we stay live. I know that there is server issues tonight. I was seeing that in a couple of the streamers like Pokemon Master Holly. Oh, I'm just doing random things. Those are not upcoming streams. Okay. I'll have to go into studio and delete all of those. Okay, there we are. We are live. But those are just blocking it. Let me delete those so that nobody else gets confused. All of those upcoming ones, I'm just going to delete those. Because they're not really upcoming. Over on the YouTube channel, and by the way, if you're on Facebook, go head over to YouTube, youtube.com/BOTSY, and hit that subscribe button. Okay. So that's doing its thing. Or we're deleting those upcoming videos. Ooh, okay, it looks really blurry. I'm going to try to wipe off the camera and see if it's just, looks weird. Alright, so give it a second while the camera turns red here. Okay, maybe that made it readjust. Let's see if it did. Yeah, sorry you guys got a close-up of me there. Yeah, that made it. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. See? It was all worth it. Alright, looks like everything's going well. Goody goody gumdrops. Those are still deleting. Alright. And now, to add... In the future, I might even be going live on... What's that thing called? Instagram. Wow. That's bad. Alright, so today, as the title indicates, we'll be doing part practice session and then part CDs. And we're going to take notes this time. And so we might listen to the end of the CD number 2 again. Just to get back into the mode. Even though I wrote down what we were supposed to do, I just want to listen to it again. The very end of it. And then continue on. I'm so sorry I couldn't go live again last night. We're working on the show description for Igniting Change radio show, which I'll talk more about tomorrow after I update the website, everything like that. That's at barbaraonline.com. So once I get everything updated there. So yeah, that took longer than I thought, but you know, so. But we are live now. I actually won't be in Danville, Virginia this weekend. I will be in New York, upstate New York. I'm not passing through Elmira, not passing through New York City. So anybody in those places, I'm not passing through there. But I'll be in upstate New York. But if you're in the Danville area, go ahead and look at the description and go ahead and attend that march there. The John Lewis Good Trouble Voter Awareness March, because early voting in Virginia starts September 18th, and you don't want to miss that. Okay, that's just going to take a minute. Alright, here we go. Okay, everything's looking fine. I think I feel confident in my decision to go to stream from the Miami server instead of the Washington one. At least I hope. Did my computer freeze, or did everything just freeze? Nope, everything's Gucci. Yeah, everything's just being weird. Alright, I got the master chat up now. Let's get into it, because there's still work for me to be doing tonight. I've got to understand how that looked. But, yeah. So, yeah, I've got a tank top underneath my robe. Alright. And I will be eating later. I already cooked up my snacks. Or maybe I'll be eating now. I gotta plug back in the, I had to unplug it. I need to plug back in the CD player. And just listen to the very end of that CD. So let's do that now. Got it. And plug. and using the remotes. There it is. And now I know what I need to do. You know, I can't stream without having my blanket. Oh, but it's wrapped up so well in my... I'll just leave it there. I'll be fine with my robe. She instantly goes back on what she just said she couldn't stream without. Alright, there's the CD. Gotta go to CD number 2. And we're gonna fast forward to the end. Which I think is about, you know, around like a 20-minute mark. Ooh, I'm gonna turn this down. Do they just have a mute button? Volume. I mean, probably. I'm just not looking for it. And also, again, sorry, Justin, but hey Google, set an alarm for 1 hour.
Done. Your alarm's set for 10:48 p.m. And just FYI, here's a pro tip. If you ever lose your phone, just ask me to find it.
I know that, Google. What did she... It sounded like her voice was coming from over there, and I was like, what device is over there? By the way, have you guys seen the new LG Wing? It looks amazing. Unfortunately, on the Snapdragon 765, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles my LG V60 has, but it does look good, and probably for a reasonable price, as the LG Velvet came in at like around $500 without the dual screen accessory. So I think the because it's on the Snapdragon 765, the LG Wing will come in around the same price. So the same price for like a really good phone that has features that you haven't seen anywhere else. Yeah. And they're bringing back the dual video, which we haven't seen since the LG G5. And I'm not sponsored by LG, mind you. I just love LG. Okay.
Let's find out more about what this ability is. Level number 1 is called color awareness. That's a basic feeling of the color of all the tones. Have you ever had the experience of taking a piece of music, and let's say it's in the key of D, and then you transpose it up to the key of E flat? And have you ever noticed that when you transposed it, you can't quite put your finger on what it is, but something has changed?
Today, in the Surprise fashion, go check out my girl. We're eating. What is it? Oh yeah, McDonald's pies. Because I had some Pizza Hut earlier. Okay. Nope, press play.
Changed. It just sounds a little softer or something when it's in the key of E flat. How many of you have noticed something like that? I've heard jazz people tell me they take a Duke Ellington piece and they transpose it. It's no longer Duke Ellington, they say. It just doesn't sound the same. Or I've had people tell me they take a hymn and then they transpose it, and it's no longer the same hymn anymore. It's just not what they're used to hearing. The thing is, every key has its own color pattern, its own color sound. F major has one sound because of F, A, C. F sharp major has completely different notes. F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. So if we change key, the sound of the piece does change. And if you have noticed anything like this, then this is color awareness. This is the basic ability of perfect pitch in its infant stage. It's very much like a child when he's first learning his visual colors. Maybe at first, he's got color awareness. He does see the colors, but he confuses the colors. He might look at red and say orange because he hasn't yet matured enough to be able to tell the two apart. But he's got color awareness. Later on, though, he learns to discriminate. That's yellow, that's orange, and that's red. And that becomes color discrimination. And that's our level number 2, the ability to discriminate between these colors. So that if I play this, you can tell it's A. Or if I play this, you can tell it's G major. Now this is true perfect pitch, this level number 2. You can discriminate among all 12 chromatic pitch colors. The word chromatic means colored. The chromatic scale here, the colored scale. Everyone has its own different color sound. And what do these color sounds sound like? This is the big question now. I'm sure you're all asking. You're all waiting to find out what these sounds are all about here. I'm going to tell you the secret behind developing perfect pitch now. And it is so ridiculously simple that when I tell it to you, many of you are going to say, oh, come on. Is that all there is to it? Well, the thing is, perfect pitch is just one of the natural abilities of the ear. So it's got to be naturally simple and easy. It's nothing complicated. It's a part of our own perception. And it's just this. Here I have a tone. And here I have another tone. Now, what do you hear that's different about these tones? Well, obviously, one is higher and one is lower. That's what everybody hears. That's relative pitch, hearing that one is higher and one is lower. That's how they relate to each other. But can we hear anything else that's different about these two tones? Well, this top tone, this F sharp, has a kind of a twangy feeling to it. Whereas this E flat, this bottom tone, has a softer, more mellow sound to it. Top one, vibrant, twangy. And the lower one, the E flat, sounds softer and more mellow. These are the pitch colors of these two tones. And if you listen very carefully, you will be able to hear this. Let's listen again to this F sharp here. It has a vibrant kind of a sound to it. It kind of goes like this. Where, like that. And the E flat kind of goes wah, 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 like that. It's a different quality of sound. Now at first, you will hear these sounds probably only on your own live instrument. Don't think you're going to hear it necessarily even on this tape. And don't think you're going to hear it on other instruments, but on your own instrument. On your guitar if you're a guitarist, or on the piano if you're a pianist, whatever your instrument is. Piano, I think, is also a lot easier to hear from many people because it's a very common instrument. I think guitar is pretty easy too. But your own instrument is going to be the best. Every single tone in the chromatic scale has its own color sound. We hear that the pitch is rising. At the same time, every one of these has its own quality to it, which is its own sound color. The F sharp is vibrant, where, like that, and the E flat is wah, wah, wah. The A flat is also a kind of a soft one, but it's a different kind of mellowness than the E flat. These are the absolute pitch colors, and this is what perfect pitch is all about. It's not a matter of figuring out how high or low the note is. Some people think that if you have perfect pitch and you play this note, you kind of just register how high is it. Well, it's an A. No, this isn't it at all. The A has a certain sound to it. It's not really twangy and it's not really mellow. It's very difficult to describe. It's a certain quality. It's like describing visual colors. Red is a vibrant visual color. Blue is a more sedate color. Well, what's green? Well, how do you describe green? It's very difficult. It's kind of growy. I don't know. It's alive or something. And yellow is different. It's the same with sound. What I'd like you to do is go to your own instrument right now and have a listen. Hear for yourself that these color sounds do exist. And remember, for the instrumentalists, we have to use concert pitches of these tones. If you are a trumpet player, and it's a B-flat trumpet, then the tones you're going to be listening for are G sharp and F on your trumpet. The G sharp is going to be the twangy one. It doesn't make any difference what we call these tones. What makes a difference is its absolute pitch. So we'll break now, and when you've had a listen, we'll continue with our master class.
As a reminder, David Lucas suggests that you now take a break and continue fresh tomorrow.
So you see me typing on the computer because Strifiette has joined. So we're typing back and forth. They're from Brazil, so we talk via Google Translate. So they speak to me in Portuguese, and I translate it in Google Translate, and then type my response in English into Google Translate, translate it over to Portuguese, and then type it in the YouTube comments. So I was explaining to them, don't want to assume here, that what the tapes were saying, and basically what we've been doing wrong. And Strifiette told me they got their guitar, and it was expensive as they indicated before, but they got their guitar, so I'm so excited. And so now I'm just typing in some other notes. Now I'll start reading what I'm typing. I was just typing exactly what the CD was saying. Some other notes. I already said that. Oh, okay. So I'd actually missed this lesson the first time around because I didn't have a proper guitar since, she's hurt. And so then Justin got me pitch. We're calling this guitar pitch. I still don't have a name for this one though, but we're calling this one pitch. So a pitch over here. Now that we've got pitch, we're going to definitely be able to do this first exercise, which I forgot that I had missed. So now we get to do it. So I forgot I missed this first exercise as I didn't have a good guitar either. You see the blue one is broken. The first exercise, which I'm about to do now, is to use our own instrument. I've now named my guitar. Is pitch a good name? Pitch. Ha ha ha. You don't say LOL in Brazil. Or cool. And here for is to use our own instrument, and here for ourselves, and making sure I was in the right tense there, or not tense, but the right person. that these color pitches, the sounds of unique notes exist. So, I'm going to take it an extra step and maybe write down my first impressions, which aren't really my first impressions right now anymore, and then some differences. It's a good thing I went back to the CDs because everything I was doing was wrong. And it's no wonder I wasn't improving on the simplest initial task. Okay, and Strifia here said, the internet are not the best. Probably the internet is not the best. Okay, first we're going to make sure that it's in tune because it's very important for it to be in tune. Okay, so first we'll make sure the guitar is in tune. As I always explain, the tuner, the white thing, will be orange when it's stasis, when it's not doing anything, or the tone is registering too low, flat, or green when it's in tune, and red when it's too high or sharp. In the last CD, David explained, we actually want to tune the guitar on the sharp side. On the sharp side, if it can't be perfect, once again, since I popped the high E string, I was tuning on the flatter side when perfection was difficult to achieve. Ha ha ha, because we don't say LOL. Okay. So now I'm explaining all of this, and I gave the color cues so that you'll be able to follow along. So that they'll be able to follow along. And I just look for good places here to cut off because YouTube limits the number of characters you can have. Or the number, is it characters? Yeah, the number of characters. And so I'm just explaining this exactly what I just said. Okay, there we go. All right. No mishaps. And I did find, so I still haven't found that 12 CD, which, well, I might not need it anymore. Well, I'll still need it eventually, but not this coming weekend. But I did find the picks. So I found the other picks as well. We're just going to use the green pick for today. I've already decided. Okay. Oh, come here. Alright, I'm going to make sure you guys can see the tuner. So I might gotta move the bench over just a little bit. Move over. Move over. Move over. Okay. I'm sorry, I haven't been looking at the camera this whole time, but now I am. Now I'm probably more centered too. Okay. I got it. I mean, you see the. Okay, if I go like this, then you can actually see the tuner right here. I got my pick. Alright. Got my comments all right here. Make sure there's no Facebook comments. It actually missed my Facebook comment. Or maybe I just hadn't connected it before someone commented the other day. Now I'm sure this is out of tune because it's just been sitting there. So this time I'm not actually going to be surprised. Okay. And I still need to see her. The tuner. Alright, pitch, you ready? I get used to calling her pitch. Oops. Oh, is my E actually in tune? Kind of. Not really, though. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to do it on the low side. Ugh. It's gonna be nerve-wracking. Literally. Which way do I turn you again? Always get confused. Ooh, see, that's... No, I don't want you that high. Okay. How about you just relax a little bit? Okay, not that much, though. I only need to do a little bit, and then I ended up doing it a lot of it. Okay. Sometimes I like to reset the tuner. Okay, a little bit. Little by little. That didn't sound too good. My singing, not the guitar. Okay. Now we're looking for perfection, but we can't achieve it. We actually need to go on the sharper side. Terrible. Ooh, it was so close. Wait, maybe because I talked. Hold on. Wait. Okay, I didn't know if she... Okay. There we go. That seems like a good E. I really thought these were going to be completely out of tune, but maybe they will be later on. The only reason I'm like surprised is because I'm always like, how did these get so out of tune when the guitar wasn't doing anything? And like now the guitar's been sitting there, it's been leaning against stuff, and then it's like, oh no, I'm gonna be in tune. Alright, bitch. You do you. I swear I did not tune her. I mean, I suppose that's a good thing. Okay, B. You weren't supposed to drift down low. Alright. We'll tighten you up. I really don't think we need to, but we will. Just a little bit. Very little bit. Okay, there we go. And now this E is what's going to give me the most anxiety. This high E. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Let's reset you for a second. Yeah. I don't have another E string. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Perfect. There we go. Okay, now let's listen to each sound. What was the specific instrument? There it is. Go to your own instrument and hear for yourself that these sounds exist. So all we're doing is just getting awareness. All we're doing is just being able to see different colors. Okay, let's see. This is blue and this is tan and yeah, all the different colors. Okay. This is awful close to my laptop. Move down there. Okay. It's exactly where my laptop should be. On its side, sitting there. Luckily it works. Alright, we don't need you tuner, but you'll turn off. So first, as I told Striffy, I just want to write down my first impressions. But you know what, first I'm just going to listen. And then we'll go on to the other stuff because it's harder to write and do this at the same time. But let's just listen. You can also comment with, oh yeah, you probably won't be able to do this except with your live instrument. That's right. Okay, well. I'm just listening. Now my phone has ASMR recording, and so I wonder if it'd be so interesting to listen to me playing the guitar in ASMR. You know, I don't know if that's a thing, but Okay, so right now I'm not trying to identify nothing like that. I'm just trying to be like, well, I mean, as in I'm not trying to guess what it is. I'm just trying to listen that these different things have all these different tones. So like this. What was that other song that we played that one time? What was it? Yeah, it went something like. Yeah. Oh, by the way, when he said come back tomorrow to do it, this is us coming back like the next day, pretty much. So we're just gonna continue with the rest of the CDs because technically we did that yesterday. So I was just repacing myself by listening to that ending part. That's why I skipped part of the CD. I can't remember it though, but. So you gotta think of them like colors. We're expanding the ear. Maybe we should take away my sense of sight. I'm being good, so I'm not gonna say what I just thought of. But what do I have to blindfold myself with? I'll tell Justin later. I mean, I can just close my eyes. I just feel like that's not as good as a blindfold. I know I probably have something. Oh yeah, duh. Justin uses something to go to sleep with that blocks out everything. Well, we'll do that another day. What do I have that I won't have to wrestle with too much? Is what I'm thinking. We'll just close my eyes for now to like force myself to listen. I'm supposed to be closing my eyes, aren't I? It's okay, I was visualizing. Or maybe not really listening. Yeah, okay, so tomorrow night I'll get another phone and I'll speak into the phone. I'm pretty sure I'm going live tomorrow night. But I'll get another phone because I don't feel like getting up to get it right now because I don't want to interrupt the hour. And I've got work to do, so right after this hour is done, I'll be continuing on to work. So I don't want to get up to get the phone right now, but that way I can voice type without having to put down the guitar. So I won't be trying to like record the sound, or but I'll just be able to record my thoughts down rather than having to stop, take my pen, write it. And I'm playing different. I'm playing along the fretboard. I'm not sure what you call it. But I'm playing different tunes and stuff too, to hear the difference in them as well. I think there was another thing that he said, but you had to like play a C, and I'm not there yet, so I need to start taking doing the musician classes again because they teach you this kind of stuff, especially with this guitar, because it's not so hard on my fingers with the fretboard being so and the strings being closer together. So yeah. Hey Google, when is the next alarm set?
You have set an alarm for 10:48 p.m.
Okay, good. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 10:29 p.m. And by the way, to hear about your upcoming events, just say, "What's on my calendar?"
Thanks so much for the information I didn't ask for. It's funny that when we get mad at our virtual assistants. Okay, so that means about 20 minutes left, so I think enough time to listen to begin the next CD. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Alright, pitch, thank you. I forgot that there was all of these little things that I couldn't do before, and I kept mentioning, oh, I don't have a guitar, I don't have my guitar when I get my guitar fixed. And that's what prompted Justin to go and get Pitch. By the way, is Pitch a stupid name for a guitar? Let me know in the comments. I hear you're supposed to name your guitar, so. And I don't think we have any comments. Weird. By the way, you might not be able to comment on the upcoming karaoke lives, or karaoke live, or Perfect Pitch, when I'm in New York. At least not on YouTube, so just keep that in mind. But I still want you to go over to YouTube, but just keep that in mind. I'm gonna give Striffiette a heads up. P.S. If you're still on, you may not be able to comment Actually, you'll still probably be able to live comment. Yeah, either way, because that setting will come later. So you guys won't be able to comment after the video, but you'll be able to live comment. So I'm going to hold that criticism. Because since YouTube won't let me go live through the YouTube Live app, because I have under 1,000 subscribers, and then our mic didn't work, so now we use this other method anyways. I don't set beforehand that it's not for kids, or that it's for kids, which this content is, it's not for kids. Family friendly, but not for kids. But the next couple ones, maybe not, might actually have to be designated as for kids by YouTube's own rules and restrictions. Not even YouTube's really, but YouTube's guidelines that they decided to impose to comply with mom groups, basically. And so, but you should still be able to comment live, because I don't put that information in until afterwards to comply with the Privacy Act. It's not called the Privacy Act, but I mean the Privacy Act that resulted in those rules in the beginning of the year. So, let's continue on here and get to the next video. I'm going to put this one right here. And we're going to put in 3 and 4. I wonder if there's 2 CDs in one. Doesn't look like that, because nobody else has 2 CDs in one. So I don't know why there would be 2 CDs in one. But maybe that's the reason I can't find number 12. Maybe it's a double-sided CD for some reason, since it is broken up. I'm not sure. Anyways, we're going on to 3 and 4 here. Nope. will find it. Remember, this beginning is going to be really weird. Yep, there it is.
Debut album. What is it?
Sunny days.
Eartraining.com.
Oh, did my camera get blurry again?
The David Lucas Burge Ear Training Library.
It is, but make this better.
The perfect pitch ear training.
I think it needs to be forced to refocus.
Were you able to hear some slight difference between these tones? This pitch, it has that kind of a vibrant sound to it, and the E flat has a more mellow, softer quality. Were you able to hear some slight difference like this? Many of you heard it so clearly that you were even very, very surprised. You had never really taken the time to listen to individual notes that closely, and you did hear it very clearly. In the live seminars, 99% of the seminar participants do hear it quite well before they leave the seminar, so I'm sure that many of you were quite surprised when you actually sat down to listen to these. Now, if we thought it was supposed to be extremely concrete, then we should know it's a very delicate perception. It's not concrete. It's not overly noticeable. Otherwise, everybody would have had it long ago. It's something very subtle, something very delicate. And if you heard any little difference, any slight difference, then you have heard it correctly. We don't try to listen and make it concrete. It's never concrete. Even when we have fully developed perfect pitch, it's not concrete. It's always refined. It's always subtle. What we do is we learn to distinguish these colors between the very fine variations that there are in the tones. But they become very clear. They become very clear so that we can identify A, C sharp, F, B flat. We get to know those sound colors. But we do not try to hear these things. We just let our ear hear. Even if you don't hear a difference, let's say that you did this exercise and you went to your instrument and you really could not hear the difference at all, then even then we don't become concerned. Because see, the ear has gotten into a habit of listening horizontally. All our lives, we're listening to the relationship of one tone to the other. How the tones flow. This is horizontal hearing. Perfect pitch is vertical listening. We have to take one tone, this E flat, and listen deep, deep, deep inside of that tone. We don't listen horizontally, comparing it to the F sharp. No, it's not that. You listen just to the E flat itself, and you listen deep inside of it, and then you notice that it has a sort of a softer quality than this F sharp, which is more vibrant, more bold, more daring. The F sharp has that different kind of a color to it. You may have said when you first were listening that you're so used to hearing these relationships, and maybe that's all you could hear. This is fine. What this means is the ear has been conditioned to hear only relationships. Now what we have to do is we have to get it out of that habit and into the habit of listening inside the tones. When we can permanently get it into the habit of listening inside the tones, then we have both perceptions. We have both the color perception of perfect pitch and the horizontal listening. But when we're listening for these colors, we don't try to make them clear. We just listen, and if we hear some little quality which is different, then we know we have heard it correctly. Now let's listen a little bit more. The F sharp, we said, is sort of bold. It's sort of like the visual color red. Now remember, we're not associating colors. I'm saying it's like the color red. I'm not saying you have to think of F sharp as red. F sharp is bold, and it kind of sticks out more so than all the other tones. Just like in the visual field, red sticks out more than all the other tones. And that's why we use red to attract attention, like for stoplights and stop signs and exit signs. They're all in red because the red catches the eye. And in the same way, the F sharp catches the ear. There's something about it. That's why I like to start off with this F sharp. The E flat, on the other hand, is a softer kind of a sound. And if we put it up an octave, did you try listening up an octave? If not, you'll have to do that a little later here. Up an octave, it's still the same. The F sharp has that same kind of vibrant quality. The E flat still has that mellow quality. Up an octave still, same thing. Vibrant, mellow, but it's almost as if it's a different tint of that same sound. It's lighter up here. You can still hear the twangy quality, that where kind of a quality to it, but it's lighter. And when we get up here, it's even lighter. And up here, it's so light that I don't even expect you to hear that right away. We have to learn our colors in the center of the keyboard, or the center of the fretboard if you're a guitarist, first, before we can start to discern them clearly way up here. Because these are so light. It's almost like getting towards white up there. And down here, they're very dark. It's sort of like getting towards black. So they're a little bit more difficult to hear all those tones down here. Now without perfect pitch, we've got our white and our black, and all we've got is black and white hearing. These are all shades of gray. We don't appreciate the colors, we just appreciate that the tones are going up or down. But there's no difference, really, between all these tones, because they're all just shades of gray. But then, when we take the time, like we have done here, and we listen, and we sort of have our first taste of what this ability is all about, we're actually surprised. If we were at a live seminar right now, I think you would be even more surprised when you would find that the musicians that are around you at the seminar would hear the tones just the same way, really, that you are. That the F sharp does sound twangy to everybody, and the E flat sounds more mellow. It is a surprising thing, because before we've never really thought about listening to tones in this way. All 12 of them have their own distinct color. We can call them colors, or we could call them flavors, or you can call them scents if you want, just like every spice that is on the rack has a different scent to it. Some people like to call them, give them personalities, whatever. There's many different ways of describing these, but color is a very accurate description because the faster the frequency, the higher the pitch. And wherever that frequency lies, if it's here, it has that color. If it's up here, it has this color. If it's here, it has a different color. It's all based on frequency. It's exactly like the visual field of color. Let's talk a little bit more about this actual experience. The F sharp is twangy and the E flat is mellow, but let's listen to the A flat. Let's listen to just the F sharp and the A flat together. Here's the F sharp, the A flat, F sharp, A flat. When we go up to the A flat, we lose something. There's some edge to the F sharp And when we get to the A flat, it just doesn't seem to be there anymore. It's softer and smoother. It's rather like the E flat, although if we listen carefully, the A flat and the E flat are different kinds of smoothness. They're different pitches, and so they do have different color sounds. Now, you may not hear this clearly on this tape. It's nothing wrong with the tape and nothing wrong with your machine. It's just that the ear may not be open enough to hear it on the tape. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. What I would like you to do is go back to your instrument and listen to all these things on your instrument, and I think you will be very surprised that these flavors, these colors do exist on your instrument, which you have been playing for all this time. So the F sharp and the A flat do sound distinctly different. What if we put it into a chord? We have an F.
Okay. It's funny because I was thinking to myself, like, I need to go back to the instrument, and I was like, okay. Okay. I wasn't translating also with my computer because I don't think Strifiat is watching anymore. And Strifiat likes to watch it live, and then I translate via live comment rather than me translating as I go along. So, but I'm gonna have to learn Portuguese and maybe make this a multilingual or bilingual show. But I mean, that won't be happening now, but it is something to think about. Because, you know, sometimes subtitles and captions and stuff just don't do enough. Okay, so we're setting you down. Am I grabbing the pick? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, I put it back in here, like a smart person. Oh, he did say they did say their internet was bad. Strifiat, I mean. Okay. Now we're looking for the different color flavors, or personalities, or colors, or scents. Whatever word you want to use to describe them. Oh, start in the middle of the fretboard. Is this middle, or is that considered too high? What is middle? Hey Google, stop. Yes, Barbara, almost done the stream. Well, if you didn't hear, that's kind of my cue anyways to pick this up tomorrow. Which is just as fitting anyways. We're at 10:43 in the tape. Now, like I said, the next couple of karaoke lives is going to be, or not karaoke live, perfect pitch and karaoke live. Might be a little bit different. I mean, they will be in one sense, because they'll be in a different location. Not tomorrow night, but Thursday through whatever, sometime this weekend. But, it might be different for another reason as well. We'll see. So, we're on track, well, 1, or CD 3/4. Track 1, time 10:43. 10 minutes and 43 seconds. So we'll erase the time so it doesn't confuse me. Okay. And that's that. We'll get back to it tomorrow. I'm so glad I went back to the tapes because I was missing so much and I forgot about all these little exercises in the beginning and I was doing everything wrong. But I think it was good to, I think in another sense though, it was good to maybe do all of the things wrong or at least, you know, get some practice in with, you know, the guitar and that kind of stuff. So now I'm listening to these and I'm knowing what to listen for and, you know, I'm better understanding things. You know, I have a foundation. So at any rate, thank you so much for joining me on my perfect pitch journey, and I will see you tomorrow. Me and my crazy hair. We'll see you tomorrow.